Your money can be switched off, the silent financial shift nobody is prepared for. The moment people don't see coming. Right now, at this very moment, your money exists only because someone else allows it to. Not because you worked hard for it. Not because you earned it honestly. Not because you followed the rules, paid your taxes, or did everything society asked of you. Your money exists because a system grants you access. That sentence is uncomfortable. And it should be, because for most people, money still feels like something they own, something solid, something real. For most of human history, money meant ownership. If you held it in your hand, it was yours. If you hid it, saved it, or buried it, no one could interfere without physically taking it from you. Today, money is no longer something you hold. It is something you access. And access can be delayed. Access can be limited. Access can be revoked. This is not a conspiracy. This is not speculation. This is not something that might happen one day. This is the operating system of modern finance. And by the end of this video, you will understand why your money can be frozen, restricted, or switched off entirely, often without warning, without appeal, and without explanation. Chapter 1. The biggest lie about money. From childhood, we are taught a comforting story. Put your money in the bank. It will be safe there. Banks protect your savings. Banks are presented as vaults, as guardians, as neutral custodians of our financial lives. This story is repeated so often that most people never question it. But legally and structurally, it is no longer true. The moment you deposit money into a bank, it stops being yours in the way most people understand ownership. Legally speaking, that money becomes the bank's property. Your account balance is not money, it is a promise. On a bank's balance sheet, your savings appear as a liability. You are not an owner. You are an unsecured creditor. That means the bank owes you money, but only under conditions defined by the system. Access is conditional. Withdrawals are conditional. Transfers are conditional. This distinction sounds technical, but it is critical. Because when systems come under stress, financial crises, political instability, emergencies, creditors are the last in line. Most people never experience this reality because the system works smoothly most of the time, until the day it doesn't. Chapter 2. Access has replaced ownership. Modern finance is no longer built around ownership. It is built around access. You do not own the money in your account. You are allowed to use it. That permission can be slowed. It can be questioned. It can be denied. If you've ever had a transfer delayed, a payment flagged, a card declined for security reasons, you have already seen this system in action. No crime, no conviction, no human explanation, just a notification. In a digital system, control does not require force. It requires software. Algorithms decide what looks normal. Systems decide what looks risky. And once something is flagged, reversing it can be incredibly difficult. This is not necessarily evil. It is efficient. But efficiency does not care about individual hardship. It cares about system stability. Chapter 3. Debanking, the warning signal. Debanking is the removal of access to financial services due to perceived risk, not proven guilt, not criminal conviction, perceived risk. At first, debanking affected controversial industries, firearms, adult services, high-risk businesses. Then it expanded. Activists, charities, journalists, political figures. Now it affects ordinary people, small business owners, freelancers, crypto users, pensioners. The Trump versus JP Morgan case shocked people, not because it happened, but because it exposed how normalized this power has become. If someone at the very top of the political system can be debanked, no one is immune. Debanking is not the end game. It is the warning light on the dashboard. Chapter 4. Cash is not disappearing, it is being pushed out. Cash is the only form of money that cannot be switched off. No login, no password, no intermediary. That is exactly why it is being discouraged. ATMs close. Bank branches disappear. Cash payments are refused. Card-only signs multiply. Cash is not banned. It is simply made inconvenient. And inconvenience changes behavior. Control is never introduced violently. It is introduced politely. Convenience first, dependence second, control last. Once people rely entirely on digital systems, removing options becomes easy. Chapter 5. Digital money and automated control. Digital money is sold as progress, faster payments, cleaner transactions, greater efficiency, and all of that is true. But digital money enables something far more powerful: automated control. Transactions can be monitored in real time. Spending categories can be blocked. Limits can be applied instantly. No confrontation, no explanation. Just silent enforcement through code. This is not tyranny in the traditional sense. It is administration, and administration is far harder to fight than force. Chapter 6. CBDCs explained without hype. Central bank digital currencies are not cryptocurrencies. They are centralized, programmable state money. They can be designed to expire after a certain time, be restricted by location, be limited to certain goods, be adjusted during emergencies. This is not speculation. It is openly discussed by central banks. The danger is not the technology itself. The danger is concentrated control with no meaningful opt-out. Chapter 7. Crisis is always the excuse. Every major financial restriction arrives during a crisis: war, pandemic, economic collapse, financial instability. Emergency measures are always described as temporary. History shows they rarely are. Withdrawal limits, capital controls, account freezes. Once control exists, it becomes part of the system, and future crises simply justify using it again. Chapter 8. Why most people will not notice. The system still works. Bills get paid. Salaries arrive. Until one day, they don't. Control does not arrive with tanks or sirens. It arrives quietly, wrapped in safety, justified by protection, hidden behind convenience. Most people only notice when they are personally affected. By then, options are limited. Chapter 9. Resilience, not panic. This is not about fear. It is about awareness. Resilient people diversify. Not all money in one bank. Not all assets in one system. Not all access dependent on one authority. This is not rebellion. It is responsibility. Understanding the system does not mean rejecting it. It means not being completely dependent on it. Final chapter. The sentence that should terrify you. The most dangerous sentence in modern finance is this: if you've done nothing wrong, you have nothing to worry about. History proves that is never true. Rules change, standards shift, definitions evolve. Money once represented freedom, now it represents permission, and once money can be switched off, so can you. Stay awake, stay aware. This is Felix. See you next time.